Here for more reaction is GOP presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy. Vivek, okay, so we need deprogramming. I've been across the country on a campaign with the former president. I've met millions of people, hardworking people. I've seen them at rallies, teachers, people who love this country that are part of the so-called MAGA movement. Tell me about some of the people that you've met on the campaign trail that need to be deprogrammed, as was suggested by Hillary Clinton.
So the fact of the matter is I'm here meeting in between town halls in northern New Hampshire, and I can tell you, people don't need deprogramming. What we need is a revival in this country where everyday citizens who have been villainized are able to speak their minds openly. What I see when I travel the country, Kaylee, is the biggest indictment of our nation's health is that people don't feel free to say in public what they actually feel in private. And once we're all doing that once again, we might not agree on everything, but we're going to realize that most of us in this country, so-called extremist or not, share our national values in common. But I think it's folks like Hillary Clinton who get in the way with this cultural threat of fear that has created this new epidemic of fear in our country, and that has to stop, and it's going to end on my watch.
Vivek, so I hear Hillary Clinton talk about deprogramming, and I thought to myself, what happened to my neighbors, not my enemy? I'm friends with Democrats. We're all Americans. What happened to that? And what a stark contrast. And this comes on the day after, by the way, your car was hit, as I understand. You were on with my colleague Jesse Waters last night talking about that. But what a stark contrast from Hillary Clinton than this moment you had today in New Hampshire. Let's play it.
I let the gentleman outside in. He seems like he really wants to. Come on.
Come on. We'll carry your water for you.
Oh, thank
Come
you.
on in.
I really appreciate that.
There you go. Yeah.
All right.
Hi, Mike.
Come on in.
Hey, Gabe.
Join us. What year are you?
I'm a sophomore.
You're a sophomore?
Yeah.
Okay, we know what I've been outside of rooms I've tried to get into before. That's been frustrating.
You brought the protester in, and you even carried his water. I don't think Hillary Clinton would carry the water of a MAGA supporter. I'm just guessing.
Well, the reality is we don't all have to agree with one another, but I don't think that young man needed to be reprogrammed. He needed to be heard, actually. That's why he was outside the event. He was making a lot of noise. He wanted to be heard. I say, why is he on the outside? When I was a young person, there were probably rooms I wanted to get into that I wasn't in either, even though he was holding signs. They said they didn't let him in. I went outside and brought him in myself. And you know what? That's how, Kaylee, we're going to recover our country, is that we have to revive free speech. You're free to speak your mind as long as I get to in return, and so does that young man. That is the American way. And I want to say this too, Kaylee. That is an extreme idea. You want to talk about MAGA extremists? Well, you know what? Our country is founded on extreme ideals. Free speech is an extreme ideal. Self-governance is an extreme ideal. Because for most of human history, including in old world Europe, it was done the other way. We fought an American Revolution to defend, yes, extreme ideals. But that's what unites us as Americans across our diversity. That is what makes America great. That is what makes America itself. And so I think we should stop this culture of apologizing for the nature of those radical revolutionary ideas. Those radical ideals are part of our American identity, and the top of the list is free speech and open debate. That's in the First Amendment for a reason, and we need to keep that at the forefront of our national culture. So I'm doing my part as I travel college campuses across this country. My rule of thumb is if you're protesting, you get the mic, as long as you get to hear my response in return, and we're going to lead by example.
What a welcome contrast to the former Secretary of State. Thank goodness she was never a president. Vivek, thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.